Hello, I am Obianuju Okocha, and this is
Fadibola.
So today we'll be talking about our experience in the university. We both attended University of Lagos. We both studied biochemistry or cosmetics while in school. And we're cosmetics.
Okay, I thought you said we're cosmetics.
So we're here to share a little bit of our experience while we were in school. So to start off, what was the main reason for this choice of study?
Okay, basically, when I finished secondary school, I always wanted to study medicine, but I started with A levels because my JAM score was really low. Yeah, but I didn't pass my A levels. I failed physics. I passed biology and chemistry, so I had to leave A levels. Then I wrote JAM. And when I wrote JAM, I had a low score, so it was above 200, but it was still low. I think 210 or 80 was still low for medicine, so I didn't bother to put in for medicine. I just picked biochemistry straight up. I don't know why I picked biochemistry actually. It's not like I knew anything about the course or anything.
So something similar to happen to me. Initially, I wanted to study pharmacy, same in Lagbo. When I saw my score, initially I had pharmacy when I was writing JAM, and I think I had like 220 something or 230 something, and I still left it and went ahead to write post-UTME, and then by the time they added the aggregate and everything, I was like 3 points away from pharmacy cutoff. And I remember that people from Yoruba State entered through catchment area or something. So it was really painful to see people with my score enter to study pharmacy, but I couldn't. And then the second year, and then the next year, I wrote JAM. It was almost the same thing, but I knew that if I went ahead to study to do the post-UTME, I would most likely have around the same score, and I will not be able to enter for pharmacy. So I just went straight away to get the change of course form, and then I switched to biochemistry. I really do not know why I put biochemistry, even pharmacy, but I think growing up, I think now things have changed, but growing up then, like if you're a science student, you're either doing engineering or doing medicine or pharmacy. Do you get it? It's just not that we are having people going into different areas of sciences. So my brother was already studying medicine. It didn't seem like I needed to study medicine too. So pharmacy just seemed like the next right thing to do.
I really, my firstborn is a medical doctor, but I've always just wanted to be a medical doctor. I don't know why. Maybe because I really looked up to my older brother in so many ways. I just really wanted to be like him. He's very intelligent and stuff. But still, I don't know why, but okay, I lost my dad at a very young age, and I feel like there was a lot of things I would have done if I was a medical doctor. If I was the one like particularly treating him, I would have put in my best and stuff. But notwithstanding, I can't pinpoint and say this is a particular reason why I wanted to be a medical doctor. I just wanted to be someone that would be known, changing lives, you get saving lives also, and somebody that. So I just wanted to impact a lot of lives, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about our experiences in school. What experience would you say stood out in all of your 4 years in school? What particular experience is that thing you would not forget? You'll probably tell your children.
The particular experience that stood out. Okay, it was our 400 level seminar. When we were doing seminar 400 level, I was not really feeling too well. So my course advisor told me that it's either I stay back, like rest and do it later, or try my best. And I was like, well, I'd already prepared and stuff. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'll try my best to do it. And then okay, that time came. I did my best. I did everything that I could. And then there was just this particular lecturer that was on me. It was close to the man, but I didn't know exactly why. It was just like, mommy. He was he asked me a particular question and I answered, and then he said I didn't answer it well, that I was rude, I was this, I was that, and the next thing he was like, he didn't even think about it, and the next thing he was like,
you had to redo it.
Redo the course or redo the 400 level, redo what? I don't know even know what happened. I cried my eyes out. The first thing I did, I wasn't feeling too well right from time. I just packed my bags. I went back to the hostel. I went back to the hostel. I don't even know what the thing that just told me to just try to attempt suicide. Though I think I just popped because I was on trams med, and then I used it from time to time because of pains and stuff. But then this time I just took the old tablet. I popped like 10, and I just like about 150 milligram, and I just took it all. I don't even know who found me.
You?
I can't even remember.
Was it your hostel?
Roommate,
Your
yes,
room?
my hostel now, UWS. I think Zainab. I'm not too sure because I think I collapsed, and then the next thing I found myself in.
Did I know about this?
I don't know. Did you?
Because I know that the last time I knew you were on admission was just before your seminar.
Yeah, even after seminar.
After seminar, if I probably knew you were on admission, but I
But
probably
you know
assumed that
the
it
reason.
was because you were there before. And
No, this time around I actually attempted suicide, and then I think they rushed me to. I don't know why they rushed me to actually, but I think I was in. I don't know if I was. I can't even remember exactly if they took me to medical center or they took me to Lute Street. But I know that when I got to Lute, I think Lute was saying they didn't have bed and stuff. I think that was the first thing. They said they didn't have bed, so I was in the ambulance for like almost 24 hours outside the hospital. And then, because I was awake in the ambulance at some point, yeah, I think they took me to medical center first, but they couldn't handle it, so they had to take me to Lute. They had to rush me back to Lute. I think then they had already called my mom, all my lecturers that were forming this thing, they were already present. So then I was collecting. Later they said I was out of oxygen. Then my oxygen level was low rather, and they had to give me oxygen, but there was no oxygen. They had to tell my mom that this is the part where she has to make a decision that now my oxygen level is very low, so it's either they transfer me to another hospital or I should have to wait for them to bring oxygen. Everybody just started shouting, what's the meaning of that? As big as this hospital is, how would there be oxygen, that kind of a thing and everything. When other people started praying, everybody there was praying. I think my roommate Zainab was there. I can't remember who again was there. It was really, really bad actually, and then that really affected my life in so many ways, because immediately after the whole trauma and everything, I was on admission in Lute for like about 2 weeks. I was going to neuro clinic. I was going to neuro clinic. I was going to gastro clinic. I was going to psychiatric clinic. Yes, different doctors every week. I was going to psychiatric clinic because psychiatric people thought I wanted to commit suicide. Neuro thought to mess with my brain.
You committed suicide.
Yeah, I attempted suicide. Neuro thought it was messing up with my brain and stuff. Well, the good part of everything was that was when I met my husband. Yes. It was.
She's married to your doctor.
So that was when I met my husband. That's the only good part of everything. It was really hard for me because at some point they needed to admit me in psychiatric ward, which meaning that I would have to leave school and be on admission for the next 6 months in a psychiatric hospital. That was the time where I had to sign DAMA. DAMA means discharge against medical advice. So I had to sign DAMA, and I've been fine since then. Actually, I've been good. It was just then one thing about me is that when I prepare for something, I like to prepare myself well. I don't know how to handle failures. Do you understand? So it was really, really hard for me. But thank God for God, I'm good now. So that was actually one of the experiences that stood out for me. The other one was when my best friend accused me of snatching her boyfriend. That's a story for another day. I think when we'll talk about maybe in the next episode, we'll go into that because that one is a really, really long one. Yeah. Okay. So what was your own experience like? How was it for you? Or what's the experience that really stood out for you when you were in school?
I think one, and that was also in my final year. That was when we're just resuming final year, and I'd gotten hostel. I wanted to do my hostel clearance so I could move in. I needed the signature of my HOD. And the funny thing is that in my school and department, let me say my department specifically, we call our lecturers by their Sunday alone. Like, I think we got used to it because when we're typing, we're talking about this particular lecturer. So instead of putting doctor or professor in front of the name, we just put his surname just so that it is easier for us.
We're having classes, and I'll be like, Olashiro is coming.
And so we got so used to it. But usually when we're speaking to them, we put the doctor in front, we put the professor in front. But that particular day, I was speaking to another lecturer asking of the professor who was our HOD at that time. She was supposed to sign my hostel stuff and everything. And I called the man by his name like that. I'm like,
I don't understand. I'm here. Keep your mind, or you just wanted to be mad.
I'm like, good afternoon, sir. Please, I've been looking for. Let's say I'm looking for a one see. Just looked at me. You're calling the professor by his name? Is it toasty? You are people now dating? Hey! He now called me to his office, told me to kneel down,
there are certain
ask for
lecturers
my
that if you
name.
call them by name, they might not mind. But certain lecturers that actually carry that thing on their head.
But I don't know.
It's a lifetime achievement. So
He asked for my name, my matric number. I think was already looking me up in the system. I was scared. I was crying. And he now sent every other person out of his office. I was the only one. I was begging, crying, begging him, and I was in final year. God, please. After I've read,
I can imagine. But
after I've read, studied, gotten to this point, it's not because of this. I will not now graduate. My mates are graduating. I actually thought that he was going to make a big deal out of it because it seemed that way. But after a while, he just told me to leave. But that day, I was just shaking in my head.
I can imagine
because
chemistry for that matter.
He was like, "Are you people dating?" Like, oh my god. And then one other experience that so that was in year one, when I used to battle migraine, and usually I was on this med that I had to take when I have the migraine crisis. So usually for the exam I would take the pill with me. But I found out that most times, you cannot go in with bag or anything. I'll put it inside my trouser pocket, and by the time I sit or bend, it will peel off. It was this sachet stuff, so it will peel off and it will come out to pop out. And I think it was expensive. Then I think a card of 10 was like, I can't really remember the price, but I know that it wasn't too cheap. So I felt like it was just wasting. I was not using it, and most time when I put it in my pocket, at the end of the day I will just ruin it and I will not be able to use it. So I just left it back in my hostel. I've not had the crisis in a while, so I wasn't expecting it. They were having chemistry, CHM, and it started.
Especially if the exam hard, the migraine will come by.
Funny enough, it was even pretty easy. Like I knew what. It seemed like something I could do, but
CHM is never easy for me.
CHM in year one.
I always shake my leg.
In year one, CHM was.
I get again.
And then I think I now had to like repeat questions when I'm reading. I would go back, repeat it because it was not making any sense to me. I was crying and everything. And my course advisor came along and he saw me and he asked what happened. And I told him that I left my job in the hostel and everything. Good thing is that I was with my phone. But it was on the table, so I couldn't use it. And they let me use it to call a roommate to bring it to me. And I took it and I was fine. And that was the only paper I had an A in that year.
Can you imagine?
So moving on. So do you have any regrets? Is there something that happened in school that you wish you had done differently? Did you wish you had studied a different course? Did you wish you had gone to a different school?
No.
Any regrets? No.
I don't regret anything. I don't regret any decision I made in school because it has brought me to where I am today. So
True.
I did what to do it today. I don't think I regret anything at all. So what about you?
So nothing comes to mind. So let's talk about peer pressure. Just that we went to Unilag and we know Unilag girls. You know what Unilag we know what Unilag girls are known for, and we know that it could be coming from maybe a decent background. You're coming to Unilag. There are different vices and peer pressure to be probably somebody that you're not, or trying to get you to do things that you're not used to doing. Did you ever at some point have any peer pressure? Maybe you felt pressured to make some certain decisions or
I think
do some certain things?
Before peer pressure starts to set in for any individual, it depends on the company you're keeping, on the kind of environment you are in. Throughout my 100 level to 400 level, the funny part was that I was in honors. Anybody that knows Unilag well will know where honors is. They call honors like outcast, like out of the school, like it was really separated
But
from
still,
the whole
in honors,
environment.
we still had some
some
girls that would probably make you want to.
So
to
on my
live their kind of
100
life.
level, I really had good roommates. I've always been lucky with my roommates. I had roommates that were cool and stuff. But from 100 level, I've been chopping the life of my head. No, so it wasn't really about peer pressure. It was me making my own decisions.
Yes,
I didn't do anything.
Your decisions were not influenced by the people you were seeing.
Not at all. I didn't regret a single thing that I did throughout my stay. Peer pressure did not influence me in any way. The only time I can say I did something very stupid because I wanted to go out with a friend it was in my 300 level. I was squatting with somebody because I didn't get hostel in 300 level. I was squatting with somebody, and then so I was squatting with my friend, and then our roommate wanted to go out, and I was like, I'll follow you as per. I wanted to farms and not really farms per se, just chill out a bit and stuff. And that's how I followed her. Waiting my eyes see. Hey, that's how we go to the club. The guy drugged me.
Are you serious?
Yes, I got drunk. Then the next thing I found myself in his house. The guy almost raped me. Thank God. Hey, I don't even know what happened. I shall know the next day. I found myself in school in the hostel the next morning.
And this friend that took you there?
Yeah, she was there. I was totally messed
Was she
up.
drugged too?
She apparently no.
She
Apparently
was
knew
in
the
on
guy.
it.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. I just know I was not myself. I just knew she was not. She didn't pass out. She was okay. She was good, and she could see everything. You know, at some point when you are tipsy or you are drunk, you are not yourself, but you kind of sometimes you can be aware of what is going on in your environment. So I just knew the guy was up to something. I saw the girl and the guy. They were at some point they were kissing, and then I was just there, and then the guy tried to pull off my trousers, and I kept resisting.
But did something happen? Do you know if something happened?
I was 100% sure that nothing happened. Okay. I think it was in the middle of the night. I struggled upon the fact that I was not myself. I struggled throughout that morning.
Nothing happened.
Yes, I was able to call someone to come and pick me up. So the person picked me up, but throughout the journey, I was literally vomiting. Till I got to the hostel, and when I got to 300 level, and when I got to the hostel, I was pretty messed up. Immediately the porter saw me like this, because you know all those porters now, those Yoruba porters in Unilag, they can talk anyhow. They were just saying nonsense, this one down. I didn't even answer. I just went to the hostel street. I poured water on my dad. The headache that eats me that morning is not from this world. And then when I woke up that next morning, I really insulted the girl. Like, if I knew anybody at that point, I would have reported the guy, because I still know him till now. I even saw him on a friends of mine status. Like, somebody posted his picture recently, and I was like, do you know this guy? And she was like, yes, that is my friend. I was like, your friend? Someone that tried to rape me? Like, I don't know, but yeah, it brought back a lot of memories. I was really pained. I felt like, if you know, there are some things that you cannot do if you don't know the right set of people. Sure. There was nobody to report to, and at the end of the day, even if I had told anybody, they will say, why did you go? You're the one that went to party and stuff. So I just had to keep quiet on everything. But thank God for God that nothing actually happened. But since then, I was really skeptical about the kind of people I would want to go out with. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's just basically all.
So peer pressure, I would not say at any point I felt pressured, which I'm thankful to God, because I know what peer pressure can lead one to do. You want to feel among by all means, but never at any point did I feel like I wanted to feel among, or
I think biochemistry was even too difficult for us to even say. But even people, I know people in 400 level that peer pressure eats them really hard in that department.
Are you serious?
Yes. People that really change, like they are like this from 100 level to 300 level.
You're going to tell me who it is. So I don't know. I never at any point felt pressure to behave a certain type of way or act a certain type of way.
Yeah, thanks to me.
So maybe another thing to take to consideration is probably because maybe I also had decent roommates. So from year 1 to year 4, I was paired with very, very decent roommates. So like, it didn't really hit home. Yeah. So I wasn't really facing it heads on like some other people and all. So yeah. So let's talk about sexual harassment in school. It's a pretty big topic. You know that I think last year someone released something about lecturers in like a particular lecturer who happens to be a pastor and a lecturer or a professor in department English.
That
BBC, yes.
I didn't really follow it through, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I read it, and we've been hearing about it. The truth is that while I was in Unilag, I heard people talk about that particular lecture, that particular department actually. So were you at any point faced with sexual harassment from lecturers in school?
Okay. The only part where I had the issue of sexual harassment was with a staff, not actually a lecturer. I had issues with my student portal. I needed to report at CITS. A particular staff told me to go into his office that he would come and attend to me. When I got into his office, he locked the door and then started making certain advances towards me. He was touching my leg, touching my face, telling me stories about himself. He's from so states, is this, is that. I felt very, very uncomfortable. You see the man fine now, safety better. Jokes apart, the man was touching me in ways that was really, really, really not nice at all. And I kept resisting, and the man was like, he's the only one that can help me, and if I don't cooperate, he can do so many things. That do I know that they actually control results from CITS and stuff like that. And he told me to come back the next day if I had made up my mind. Immediately I got out of that office. I think the first person I called was my course advisor. I called another lecturer I was close to, and then I can't even remember exactly what they even told me to do. All I remember was calling my brother, and my brother was like, I should record every conversation that we have. So I went back to the office the next day, and then I started recording the conversation, and then the man kept touching me and stuff. He opened my leg and everything. I think I'm not going to do anything.
This was in what level?
I think 300 level. Was it 300 level or 200 level? I can't really remember, but either 200 level or 300 level. So the man was sharp trying to touch me and stuff, and I told him that he should stop that. The only way I'm going to do this is if he should actually sort out my issue. So he did everything. I made sure he did everything for me. He fixed my issue and stuff. So when he had finished fixing my issue and everything, he tried to kiss me and everything. I pushed him away. Then I told him that I'm recording this conversation, and if he tries to do anything funny, it's not going to be nice. And he was like, nobody's going to believe me, this one, that one, blah 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 blah. I was just glad that I sorted out my issue. My only problem was that he shouldn't go and reverse it or anything. So I was just praying and stuff. And immediately I got to my hostel, everything was working perfectly. So I didn't know if there was a need for me to actually
still go ahead to
report the issue and stuff. Plus, I didn't want to be in the school's limelight for stuff like that. Do you understand? It kind of like ruins your image, and then everybody will be like on you and stuff. So I didn't just want any issue at all. If you know Unilag, you know that you don't want to be on Unilag's bad books at all.
Sure. Like
everybody is going to be on you. So I just let it slide basically. That's all. So did you experience sexual harassment in any? At all.
I was very conscious about my relationships with lecturers. I made sure that I kept my distance. When I was going into school, my mom let them know. The truth is, it's good that they know you for like your academic prowess and like that you stand out for good and all. But truly, that it could also have like another effect, like a negative effect. So I did not want them to like know me particularly. Sometimes even if I need the answer to a particular question in class, I will still not answer because I don't want you knowing that girl.
Unlike me, front sitter. Unlike me, I was close to my lecturers. So I started getting close to my lecturers. I think when I was assistant.
When you were an ESCO.
No, not even when I was an ESCO. I was even close to my lecturers before I became an ESCO. I was close to my lecturers
when I was a course rep. Yes, you were a course rep. Yeah, it's almost impossible for you not to be close to your lecturers. I was particularly closer to my course advisor. So like everybody was just against him with that man. But I don't like the man. No, I made sure that me and lecturers like
it's a no-go area.
I didn't want to have any issues, and I'm thankful to God that I did not have such experience. Even times that I had like issues that warrant me going to report. Sometimes after I like report the first time, knowing that I had to go back there, I'll just let the issue slide. The issue to the mistake is 5 marks, it's 6 marks. Okay, it has made the B drop to a C. No problem. We'll work at that towards a better grade the next session. But I didn't really want that.
I think me being close to my lecturers had an advantage, especially my course advisor. My course advisor actually helped me all through. If I had issues, when I was sick, when I needed to retake tests, especially that my seminar period. Because even after I was admitted and I came back to school, I needed to redo it, but at least I didn't have to carry it over. So I did it in front of some lecturers, and it was my course advisor that helped me in putting those lecturers together, and he also pleaded on my behalf, did a lot of things for me. So I don't think I would have achieved that on my own. So I think it had an edge, particularly for me. So
okay, so if you have a younger sibling or anyone who is about to go into the university, their institution, what advice would you tell to such person?
First of all, don't study biochemistry.
Why?
It is hard. Very hard. Okay. On a more serious note, just be yourself. Don't let, like we talked about earlier, peer pressure. Don't let it get to you. It is a waste of time. Just be yourself. Do you. If you want to fix your hair, fix your hair. If you want to fix your lashes, fix your lashes. If you want to fix your nails, fix your nails. If you want to go to party, go to the party. Let it always be on your own terms, not because your friend is doing it and you feel like you want to do it. Do you understand? Just be you. Do yourself. Above all, be spiritually inclined, because Unilag is. It's not only Unilag. It's basically all institutions. It's not easy for you to enter 100 level and come out 400. Even if you did not pass, at least you came out 400 level alive as a whole person. Do you understand? It's unlimited grace. Basically, I faced a lot of things. I faced a lot of up and down, a lot of ups and downs in school. I didn't think at any point that in my 400 level I will finish the second class. I didn't think that I would come out as a old person, considering the fact that I went through so many things, especially my health issues. Sure. So it was really a big deal for me, and all, even having a baby, getting married. So it was a big deal for me. So I just urge anybody that is going to go into our institution, just be yourself, be spiritually inclined. Don't forget the God factor.
Sure.
Basically, that's all for me. Just those two things. Those are like the most two important factors for me. So what would you advise any undergraduate or jam bites?
Okay, to be honest, like what you said, be you. But then again, I feel like that particular stage of your life is very monumental. That is where like you're forming who you are or who you would like continue to be. Exactly. So that is the time that you begin to like instill the values that you want to have for life. Do you want to be your principles? Do you want to be a person of value? What value do you want to add to your society, to the community? That is the time actually for you to grow and develop yourself, and try as much as possible, to do the right thing, because the truth is that our actions, they have consequences. They have consequences. So yeah, try as much as possible to do the right thing. Try and learn from other people's experiences, because if you're waiting to experience it and then learn from it, it may be a costly experience. So try and learn from people around you,
and lastly, enjoy yourself. This life now only one life. You don't get part two.
So thank you so much for watching today's episode.
I love you guys. Watch out for the next one. Comment,
and share.
Until next time.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.